We see Chris break the table when he smashes the guy's head against it. Angered, the guy stands up and states that he will show Roman and Chris what Valhalla is made of. Chris, indifferent to the guy's words, wastes no time and punches him right in the stomach. Meanwhile, Roman pays the inn owner, stating that he will compensate for this rampage with gold. The inn owner is shocked to see such a large sum of money. Roman then instructs him to take him to the busiest part of Paolo. Grateful for the money, the inn owner agrees to guide Roman to the bustling district. He takes Roman to Paolo Square, a lively area where people pass through, allowing Roman to access anywhere in Paolo. The inn owner warns Roman that he cannot cause a ruckus here as he did in the inn. In his mind, Roman reflects that even though Valhalla calls itself an empire, it does not embody the dignity of one. He finds this situation interesting and thinks that if Kronos cannot control its greed, Valhalla has yet to shed its barbarism. With this in mind, Roman decides to act accordingly. Roman shouts, introducing himself as the heir of the Duchy of Dimitry to the people gathered in Paolo Square. He further informs the crowd that anyone daring to challenge him should step forward. Meanwhile, the innkeeper hides himself from the commotion. Hearing this, the onlookers in Paolo Square wonder if Roman is insane. Suddenly, a man steps forward, questioning how Roman could cause trouble in Valhalla, and decides to accept his challenge. As the man swings his weapon to strike Roman, Roman swiftly dodges the attack. In an instant, he closes the distance between them and takes the man down, and defeats him with a single strike. Witnessing this, the spectators begin to shout, proclaiming that the man does not deserve to be from Valhalla. Meanwhile, the defeated man reflects internally, realizing that Roman's strength is formidable. As the man realizes that the hands he sees are not human, he understands that if he backs down now, he will face humiliation. Recognizing there is no other option, he decides to pretend to be knocked out. The man begins to act as if he has lost consciousness, but Roman tells him to stand up, aware that he is not truly unconscious yet. The scene then shifts to the Valhalla management office, where a worker informs the Baron that trouble is brewing, as Roman Dimitry is currently confronting challengers and inviting them to duels. The Baron states that he expected this to happen, which is why he refrained from sending a guide. The worker then informs the Baron that the warriors who have stepped up as Roman's opponents have all surrendered, unable to withstand the fight. The Baron responds that he will personally show Roman what Valhalla is made of, expressing his disappointment that the proud warriors of Valhalla would surrender in disgrace. The scene shifts back to Paolo Square, where Roman has already defeated numerous Valhalla warriors. At this moment, one of the Valhalla commanders arrives with a few soldiers and asks Roman what he is doing there. As Roman is merely a foreign guest in Valhalla, the commander questions why he is causing such trouble. He states that if Roman does not provide a valid reason, he will have no choice but to punish him. Roman calmly replies that he does not understand what valid reason the Valhalla officer is referring to. He further asserts that Valhalla is a land where strength speaks for everything and claims that he is doing this because Valhalla wanted him to prove himself. Surprised, the Valhalla commander thinks to himself that he did not expect Roman to be even more combative than those born in Valhalla. Nonetheless, the commander insists that he cannot overlook this incident, as a duel in Valhalla is considered pure and sacred, and there is no law allowing one to trample on the defeated in such a manner. He informs Roman that he must undergo an investigation according to procedure, after which the commander will personally escort him to the capital. In response, Roman states that he refuses to comply. Angered, the commander asserts that in Valhalla, Roman has no right to refuse. Hearing this, Roman declares that he will handle the matter according to Valhalla's laws. Roman requests a trial by combat, stating that if the commander wishes to investigate him, he should bring all his soldiers and attempt to take Roman by force. Hearing this, the commander orders his soldiers to arrest Roman Dimitry immediately. As the soldiers charge toward Roman, he realizes that they are the Wild Ones, a small tribe from the southern jungles known for their exceptional combat prowess, even within Valhalla. The Wild Ones quickly surround Roman, and the commander warns him not to underestimate Valhalla. He then commands the Wild Ones to attack Roman together. As they rush forward, Roman easily punches one of the Wild Ones away, maintaining a smile on his face. He thinks to himself that, in the end, these warriors are nothing more than beasts. Soon, Roman defeats all the wild ones with ease. He then tells them that if they surrender, he will let them go. One of the defeated wild ones responds by stating that he surrenders. With a smile on his face, Roman remarks that the wild ones can speak. The commander is shocked to see Roman defeat the wild ones so easily, especially considering that even the Oranites have difficulty fighting them. He now realizes that Roman Dimitry may be even more powerful than he initially thought. The commander concedes his defeat and, as promised, agrees to send someone to guide Roman to the capital. Roman can't help but smile, as he recalls Lucas's report indicating that Valhalla is rather two-faced. Outwardly, they project satisfaction with their current state, yet they harbor ambitions for empire unification, similar to Kronos. Roman reflects that Valhalla chose to provoke him before he stepped onto the stage, serving as evidence that they remain the simple barbarians of the South. If he defeats Barbassa, the traditionalist factions will accept the outcome. However, the current leaders of Valhalla belong to a shrewd and progressive group. Regardless of the result, Roman knows that danger is inevitable. The scene then shifts to the next day. Sanchez, a man sent by Baron Paolo to guide Roman to the capital, accompanies him as they travel. As they move forward, Roman reflects that Sanchez is much more talkative than the others. Later that day, while setting up a campfire, Sanchez shares that he has heard a lot about Roman and is genuinely impressed. Although Roman was not born in Valhalla, Sanchez feels he embodies the spirit of a warrior from Valhalla's past. He further remarks that the legendary warriors from absurd stories and historical texts were said to be able to split mountains in two with a single slash. With a sigh, Sanchez notes that Roman is alive in the present day. Sanchez then asks Roman if it is true that he defeated Captain Gustavo, acknowledging that rumors are often exaggerated. Frustrated, Chris reminds Sanchez to be mindful of his words. Roman, however, assures Chris that it's fine and adds that it seems Sanchez has something he wants to say. Roman prompts him to get to the point. Sanchez then states that since Roman has asked him to be honest, he will do so, asking Roman what qualifications he possesses. For Roman to be chosen as Sir Barbassa's challenger, it is essential to understand the significance of Valhalla's 6th-ranked Barbassa and 12th-ranked Morales. The story of these two warriors is well known in Valhalla, as they were born in the same region and have been competing against each other since childhood. While Morales was born with enough talent for people to call him a genius, he has still been unable to overcome the gap between himself and Barbassa, who was born a noble. Half a year ago, Morales was selected as the warrior to participate in the festival that everyone eagerly anticipated. There is a saying that if a warrior dies during the festival, which honors the souls of fallen warriors, they will ascend to Valhalla regardless of whether they win or lose. Morales gladly accepted this honor, and his chosen opponent was Barbassa. He truly believed that the god of warriors had created this stage for him. Sanchez, who is Morales' apprentice, tells Roman that the opportunity he has taken away is the wish of all warriors in Valhalla. He does not believe the rumors circulating around the world, as they all seem absurd. Sanchez further states that even the strongest warriors on the continent were not able to achieve such strength in their mid-20s. He questions whether Roman truly believes he is qualified to fight Sir Barbassa instead of Sir Morales. Roman then asks Sanchez for the basis of his judgment. Sanchez replies that such justification is unnecessary. It is simply that the reputation Roman has built up has yet to be proven. Roman responds that he will demonstrate his worth to Sanchez in person. Confused by this, Sanchez is informed by Roman that he should tell everyone in Valhalla that Roman will gladly fight anyone who wishes to challenge him for his position in the festival. With a smirk, Roman asks Sanchez how that sounds, adding that Sanchez could also challenge him personally. Hearing this, Sanchez draws his weapon, stating that such a challenge is a position of honor and that Roman has no right to speak so recklessly. However, he is taken aback when he sees Chris surrounded by his aura, ready to strike at Sanchez. Surprised, Sanchez thinks to himself that this must be Chris, the Flash of Cairo. Sanchez then reflects that if Roman's subordinate is this strong, the rumors may not be exaggerated after all. However, even if that is the case, the Festival of Valhalla is reserved for warriors who have been officially acknowledged. Consequently, Sanchez decides to back off, warning Roman not to regret what he has just said. The scene shifts to the Valhalla capital, Marin, where Roman meets with Viscount Jonathan. The Viscount informs Roman that he heard from Sanchez that Roman will accept the challenges of Valhalla warriors in order to prove his qualifications to fight Barbossa. As they sit down, Viscount Jonathan asks Roman if he will be fine. Roman replies that he will handle the matter himself. Hearing this, Viscount Jonathan responds that if that is the case, he has nothing more to say. In Valhalla, there is a tradition of holding an event on the eve of the festival to ensure its success. During this event, 30 warriors will fight on a large stage simultaneously, with no surrenders allowed. Participants must either become the last one standing or face death. The last surviving warrior will receive a personal blessing from the Emperor of Valhalla. Count Jonathan asks Roman if he would consider sending one of his subordinates to participate in the event to make the eve of the festival an exciting one. The Viscount further explains that the gladiators participating in the 30-man fight must not be registered in the continent's ranking. From what he has heard, the Flash of Cairo is quite impressive, leading him to speculate that Chris must now be known as the Flash of Dimitry. Roman replies that they can proceed with the arrangement as Count Jonathan wishes. Hearing this, the Viscount remarks that Roman is quite easygoing. He advises Roman to take a good rest in this place until the eve of the festival. Jonathan also mentions what Roman said to Sanchez, suggesting it might be difficult for Roman to relax. As Jonathan departs, he sincerely hopes they will see each other smiling 2 days later on the eve of the festival. Hearing this, Roman can't help but smile.